Welcome back to Trekzone Plays. Matt Miller with you at Trekzone HQ. This is episode number 5 in our playthrough of Star Trek The Next Generation's Final Unity, a fantastic game from 1995, and publisher Spectrum Holobyte really standing the test of time. I know I keep saying that, but it is so true. They did such a fantastic job with this. It's perfectly acted. It's brilliantly executed as well from a development point of view. And it's a testament to the fact that we can just speed through this game and bring it to you here on Trekzone Plays. Well, today we're going to be repelling this Romulan invasion into Federation space. Very curious, all these ships retrofitted for speed over manoeuvrability and firepower, frankly. And then we're going to be returning to Frigis 3 to assist the local Garidians there as they fight off Pentara, who is back. And it's coming up on today's edition of Trekzone Plays, right after the opener and a quick ad break.
Retro games with no commentary. This is Trekzone Plays.
Captain, we are receiving an emergency transmission from Starfleet headquarters. On screen.
Attention all Federation vessels. This is a Priority 1 alert. A Romulan fleet has crossed the neutral zone into Federation space. All civilian ships are advised to avoid sectors along the border. A state of war now exists between the Federation and the Romulan Empire.
Entering Federation space.
No response, sir.
Maybe the comm relays are malfunctioning.
See if you can raise any of the local Federation outposts.
Aye, sir. I will try manually routing the transmission.
Mr. Worf, your analysis.
Unfortunately, Captain, I cannot think of anything helpful now. There is no response, sir. Captain, I have established communication with Admiral Redrick.
On screen.
Captain Picard, I'm surprised you managed to get through. The Romulans have disrupted communications through half the sector.
We received the invasion alert. What's the situation?
Our information is still sketchy, but we know the Romulans destroyed Outpost Gamma 1-5. It looks like the spearhead of their fleet is in the Goldur sector.
The Enterprise is at your disposal, sir.
Good. Then I want you to proceed to the Goldur Delta system and report to Commander Chan at Outpost 543. She's coordinating our defenses in that area. I'll inform Admiral Williams as soon as we restore communications.
Admiral, if we encounter the Romulans...
You're free to engage, but don't pick a fight you can't win, Jean-Luc. We can't afford to lose the Enterprise. Good luck.
And to you, sir. I'm afraid we're all going to need it. Picard out. Lay in a course for the Goldur Delta system. Maximum warp. Engage.
Standard orbit.
Greetings, Captain. I can't tell you how glad we are to see the Enterprise.
We're happy to assist. What can you tell us about the invasion?
The first wave seems to have passed through the sector already. There were dozens of warbirds. We thought we were done for, but they just kept going.
They didn't even attempt to attack?
No. It looks like they were headed for the Zatarnus Nebula. We don't know why.
Are there any other ships in the area?
The USS Ayres came through a few hours ago, but they headed off to intercept a group of warbirds. The Klingons have promised to send us support, but we've just detected some incoming warbirds. They're headed for COM Relay 543 in the Pax Sonoma system. Captain, we can't afford to lose another comm station.
We're on our way. Set course for the Pax Sonoma system, warp 9. Engage.
Captain, 3 warbirds are entering the system. They are not cloaked.
Red alert, shields up.
I don't understand it. They're not even attempting to hide.
Could it be some kind of trick?
Prepare to engage, Mr. Worf.
Captain, the Romulans are changing course. They are retreating.
Then it appears we've done our job. Let them go, Mr. Worf.
What do you have to report, Captain?
The relay station has been secured. The Romulans were not in the mood to fight.
Good work, Captain. But I'm afraid I have some disturbing news. We've lost contact with the USS Ayres, somewhere in the Baramar system.
Another Romulan attack?
Possibly. In his last report, Captain Ward said he'd encountered and destroyed several warbirds. Apparently, they weren't using their cloaking devices and were badly underarmed.
We heard rumors that the Romulans had refitted a number of warbirds, but why would they purposely weaken their battleships before an invasion?
Maybe you'll find the answer to that when you find the heirs.
We'll do our best, Commander. Picard out. Set course for the Baramar system. Maximum warp. Engage.
Sensors are picking up a vessel.
Intercept the target.
Helm, plot an intercept course.
A Romulan warbird is on sensor clocking.
Mr. We are attacked.
Hailed. Torpedoes on
Alert
5.
level 4.
Their shields are failing. We are being hailed.
Do you need a moment, Captain? I understand you humans need to pray before death.
You know as well as I that our ships are evenly matched. A fight is in nobody's best interest.
I am very much interested in a fight, Captain. The destruction of the Enterprise will be a great boost to my career.
Fire.
Torpedo away.
Savor your victory while you can, Captain. You will find it short-lived.
There is no response to our hail. tactical maneuver has been destroyed.
Could you repeat your orders?
Your orders are to investigate the disappearance of the USS heirs in the Barramar system.
Sensors are picking up debris and radiation consistent with the destruction of an ambassador-class vessel, the heirs.
Are there any signs of survivors?
No, sir.
Captain, Romulan warbird decloaking to starboard.
Evasive maneuvers.
A Romulan warbird is on sensors. Locking weapons.
Targeting Romulan warbird.
Our phaser fire missed.
Fire. 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 Fire.
There is no response to our hail. Direct hit. There is no response to our hail. Torpedo locked. Direct hit. The target is out of range. Enemy ship is firing.
Attention, Romulan vessel. This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise.
I am Tiralac, commander of the Imperial warbird Psionex.
Your ship is crippled, Tiralac. I'm offering to beam you and your crew aboard the Enterprise. You will be well treated.
No doubt. Unfortunately, we will not be able to accept your generous offer.
Captain, energy emissions from the Psionex are rapidly increasing. I believe they have activated their self-destruct system.
Helm, back us off. I don't want us anywhere near that ship when it goes.
Why did your ships cross the neutral zone, Tiralac? Surely you knew that you would be intercepted.
Of course we did.
Then what was the purpose? There was nothing to be gained from this.
We gained far more than you realize.
Mr. Data, lock onto Commander Tiralac. Beam him aboard now.
Yes, sir.
Too late, Picard. Too late for all of you.
Direct hit. The Romulan warbird has been destroyed.
What do you have to report, Captain?
The heirs was lost with all hands. We engaged and defeated a warbird, but unfortunately, the Romulans destroyed themselves to avoid capture.
The Romulans have a strange conception of honor. Well, there's no time to dwell on that. I have another assignment for you.
We're in need of some repairs.
There's no time. We've just received a communication from a Klingon attack cruiser in the Bela system. They reported engaging 3 warbirds headed for this outpost. Give the Klingons any assistance they need, and make sure those warbirds don't get through.
We're on our way. Laying a course for the ballast system, warp 9. Engage. We are receiving a message from Captain Kidro of the Bortas.
The Bortas was one of the first Klingon ships to offer assistance when the Romulan invasion began.
Captain Kidro fought with me against the Duras. He is a warrior of great courage.
Put him on screen. Greetings, Captain. This is Jean-Luc Picard of the Enterprise.
Captain Picard, it is an honor.
The honor is mine. Lieutenant Worf speaks very highly of you.
As well he should. We crushed many enemies together. Well, I bear good news, Captain. We have saved one of your communication relays from a Romulan attack.
Then we are in your debt. Do you require any assistance with your ship or crew?
None whatsoever. We were completely unscathed. And, Captain, we captured a warbird and many prisoners. It was a truly glorious victory.
You captured a Romulan warbird without any resistance?
They had little to resist us with. When we boarded their ship, we found that it had been severely modified, stripped of most weapons and many other systems as well.
Why would they purposely make themselves so vulnerable?
The modifications nearly doubled their engine power. It seems they were willing to sacrifice weapons for speed.
Captain, such modifications would have placed extreme stresses on the warbird's hull. It would not have survived an extended mission.
Maybe they never expected to survive. Maybe they were on a suicide mission.
But a suicide mission for what?
During our interrogations, the prisoners mentioned a weapon of some kind. Perhaps that is what they were seeking.
What exactly did you learn from the prisoners?
They spoke of an ancient weapon, a relic of a long-dead race known as the Chodak. A weapon of ultimate power which would solve all their problems, put an end to their war, and destroy both the Federation and the Klingon Empire.
You sound as if you don't believe this weapon exists.
It is nothing more than a desperate fantasy. According to our reports, their empire will soon be overrun by alien invaders. The Romulans are clutching for anything they think can save them.
Assuming the weapon is real, how did the Romulans expect to find it?
Apparently, they found clues to the weapon's supposed location at the site of some Chodak ruins. Now they're wasting valuable ships on a useless quest while their empire burns. Fools.
Can you tell us anything else about the Romulans' war?
They are fighting a formidable adversary. Extremely powerful aliens from the far side of their empire. We know nothing more than that.
With your permission, I'd like to question the Romulan commander myself. I can beam over immediately.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. The commander is presently indisposed. Perhaps permanently.
Tell me about the battle.
We were on patrol in the ballast system near your relay station when we detected 3 warbirds approaching rapidly.
You engaged 3 warbirds with a single ship.
I wouldn't care to face those odds even in the Enterprise.
We were ready for an honorable death as we closed with their lead ship. We locked our disruptors, prepared to fire, and they fled. The cowards ran from us even though they held the advantage.
They didn't even attempt to attack the station?
They were concerned only with escape. By the time we disabled their first ship, the other 2 were already out of range.
Were you able to track them?
Yes, for a while. We believe they were heading for the Zetanis Nebula.
We appreciate your help, Kidra. Thank you. Kapla.
Success to you as well, Picard. Good hunting.
What could the Romulans be up to?
They are not eager to fight. Their actions seem somewhat desperate.
I'm beginning to wonder if this really is an invasion after all.
According to the information provided by Captain Kidra, the modifications to the warbirds will render the ships unusable within a few weeks. That would seem inconsistent with the needs of a long-term occupational force.
But they made those modifications for a reason. Speed. It looks like they're trying to get to the Zetanis Nebula as fast as they can.
Agreed. The question is, why?
Captain, what do you have to report?
The Bortas chased off the warbirds.
1 Klingon ship chased off 3 warbirds?
Not only that, it disabled and captured one of them.
I think I'll send Captain Kidra a bottle of Saurian brandy along with my thanks.
He certainly earned it. A According to his prisoners, the Romulans are not interested in invading the Federation, at least not yet. Apparently they're heading for the Zatanis Nebula.
That nebula has no strategic value. What are they looking for?
We believe they're seeking an ancient weapon built by the Chodak.
The Chodak? I've heard the stories. Some kind of star-eating superweapon hidden in the nebula. But they're just stories. The Romulans wouldn't risk war over a myth.
But the Romulans never do anything without considering all the consequences. Perhaps there's more truth to these stories than we realized.
All right, Captain. A pair of Klingon attack cruisers have just arrived in the sector to support us. I think we can manage without you. If you want to investigate this Chodak weapon further, you're free to do so.
Thank you, Commander. I intend to get to the bottom of this.
Sir, we are receiving a signal from Starfleet. It is Admiral Williams.
On screen. Greetings, Admiral. What can we do for you?
Captain, Commander Chan notified us of your findings. Your suspicions that this was not a full-scale invasion appear to be correct. The Romulan incursion appears to be limited to the sectors between the neutral zone and the Zatanis Nebula.
We must find out what they're really after.
Agreed. The recurring thread through all this seems to be the Chodak. Do you have any ideas where to begin?
Most of the surviving Chodak ruins are in Romulan space. However, we recently discovered a new site on Frigis. There's also a Vulcan archaeologist, Shaynok, who's an expert on the Chodak. I'll attempt to contact him as well.
All right, Captain. Good luck. Williams out.
What are your orders, Captain?
Laying a course for Shonoisho Epsilon 6, Warp 5.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
Captain, an urgent message is coming in from Chancellor Larak of Frigis.
On screen.
Captain Picard, a Romulan warbird has invaded our system. You promised to defend us. Please come as quickly as you can.
Warp engines unable to sustain current speed. Reducing speed to maximum warp.
Engage.
Warning. Entering nebula. Entering Federation space.
Captain's log supplemental. We have arrived at Frigis in response to a distress call from Chancellor Larak. Although he claims to have been attacked by the Romulans, we can find no evidence that any battle ever took place.
Sensors are picking up a vessel. Captain, I am honored.
Do you need a moment, Captain? I understand you humans need to pray before death.
My crew and I are prepared to sacrifice ourselves for the Federation. Are you prepared to make that same sacrifice, Commander?
We shall see who becomes the sacrifice. Prepare to die, Captain. We who are about...
The Romulan warbird has been destroyed.
I cannot begin to thank you for coming to our rescue. If I can help you in any way, please let me know.
I'd like to beam a team down to your planet and talk with you more directly.
You and your crew will be most welcome.
Captain Picard, please report to the transporter room. Beam down coordinates selected.
Thank you for allowing us to beam down.
I welcome you in the lawgiver's name. Although the sects have refused to help, I am more than willing to assist you.
The ancient Chodak have suddenly assumed great importance in galactic affairs. We were hoping you could tell us some more about them.
Our people have always been fascinated by the ruins found when our ancestors arrived here. Over the years, we have learned many things about the Chodak society and technology.
What do you know about Chodak society?
Their empire spanned this quadrant, encompassing tens of thousands of star systems. It endured for 100,000 years. Then, 900,000 years ago, it disintegrated, almost overnight.
It's unusual for such an immense empire to last that long. What was the secret of their success?
They had a talent for administration. They had an entire planet called Alanor, from which they ruled their empire. The bureaucracy must have been colossal.
What else do you know about Chodak history?
We believe that the group which settled here and built these structures was not from the mainstream of Chodak society.
Why do you say that?
For one reason, this is a very small base. The structures the Chodak built could not have held more than a few thousand people. This could not have been a major colony.
And for another?
The Chodak settlers often referred to Alanor as the seat of evil, and frequently said that the Unity device, the Empire's chief means of control, had to be destroyed.
Perhaps the settlers here were similar to your own ancestors, fleeing an established society to pursue a different vision.
Perhaps. But I suspect the Chodak here played a far more active role. This outpost was only inhabited for a few decades, which coincided almost exactly with the end of the Empire as a whole.
These reasons are not strong grounds for believing the settlers here were rebels.
There are 1,000 more small clues, all pointing to the same conclusion. But there is one major mystery which could resolve the question completely.
What is this mystery?
A century ago, our scientists found a Chodak data crystal. We believe it contains the answers we seek, but unfortunately, the crystal is extremely old and fragile. Our equipment is not sophisticated enough to read it without destroying it.
Perhaps the Enterprise's computers could read your Chodak data crystal safely.
Very well. I will entrust the crystal to you. All I ask is that you share whatever you discover to satisfy our own curiosity.
What do you know about Chodak technology?
We do not fully understand the principles behind it, but we've been able to make some of it function. The chameleon field that disguises our world, for example, is a Chodak invention.
What else have you discovered about Chodak technology?
They had an unusual way of navigating that seemed to be based on how long it took to travel between different points at a particular speed. Unfortunately, I don't know how they defined their basic units, so I can't be more specific.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Chodak technology?
They created special shielding materials which could block out any transporter beams we know of, yet their own transporters could pass through them easily.
What else have you discovered about Chodak technology?
They use devices similar to isolinear rods as keys to many of their machines. Here, let me give you one.
How does it work?
When this programmer is twisted around the rod's end, it can alter the rod's settings, making it a sort of all-purpose key. If you use the programmer properly, you can activate almost any Chodak machine or computer.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Chodak technology?
The crowning glory of their technology was something called the Unity device that made it possible for them to control their far-flung empire.
Do you have any more details about this Unity device?
I think it was a superweapon with almost unlimited powers. When the Chodak lost it somehow, their empire fell apart almost immediately.
If you'll excuse me, I have other duties to attend to. Perhaps we can talk again later.
As you wish. May the spirit of the lawgiver guide your path through the stars.
We've done all we can here. Beam us up. Chancellor Larac was most helpful. We now know what the Romulans are seeking.
Do you think the Romulans have really found the Unity device?
We know already if they had.
The device is that powerful?
I'm not sure, but without it, an empire which spanned this entire section of the galaxy disintegrated overnight.
What are your orders, Captain?
Set course for Horst 3, Warp 5.
Aye, sir.
Engage.